What if I told you that 3 vitamins sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, vitamins you take religiously because you think they're helping, might actually be making your legs weaker? It sounds impossible, but millions of people over 60 are unknowingly taking the wrong forms or wrong amounts of supposedly healthy vitamins that sabotage their muscle strength instead of supporting it. Does this sound familiar? You've been diligent about taking your vitamins for years, following advice from well-meaning friends or outdated recommendations. You might even feel proud of your supplement routine, believing you're doing everything right for your health. But your legs still feel weaker, less stable, and more unreliable than they should. The problem might not be what you're missing, it might be what you're taking. Here's what most people don't realize. Not all vitamin supplements are created equal, and some forms that seem healthy can actually interfere with muscle function, create nutrient imbalances, or block the absorption of vitamins your muscles desperately need. In the next 20 minutes, I'll reveal the 3 healthy vitamins that could be secretly weakening your legs and exactly what to take instead for optimal muscle strength. These aren't obscure supplements, they're common vitamins that millions of seniors take daily without realizing the potential problems. And most importantly, I'll tell you about the 1 vitamin switch that could restore muscle function you didn't even realize you'd lost. A simple change that transforms your body's ability to build and maintain strong leg muscles. But before we start, if you're here because you want to make sure every supplement you take actually supports your strength instead of undermining it, you're about to discover how to optimize your vitamin routine for powerful, reliable legs. Quick legal note. This is educational content only, not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your supplement routine, especially if you take medications. You'll find the complete disclaimer in the description below. Now, let's explore why your legs might feel weaker despite your best intentions. Have you ever felt frustrated that despite taking multiple vitamins and supplements, your legs don't feel as strong or reliable as you'd like? Maybe you've been faithful to a supplement routine for years, spending money and effort on what you believe are healthy choices, but you still struggle with muscle weakness, fatigue, or that unsteady feeling that makes you less confident about your mobility. The challenge with leg weakness after 60 isn't always about what nutrients you're missing. Sometimes it's about the wrong forms of nutrients you're taking that actually interfere with muscle function. Your body becomes more sensitive to nutrient imbalances as you age, and vitamins that might have been harmless in your younger years can now create problems for muscle strength and function. Here's what many people don't understand about vitamin interactions and muscle health. Your muscles require precise balances of nutrients to function optimally. When you take high doses of certain vitamins or the wrong forms of others, you can create imbalances that actually impair muscle function rather than enhance it. After age 60, your body's ability to process and utilize vitamins changes significantly. Your absorption decreases for some nutrients while your sensitivity to others increases. What worked for your muscle health at 40 or 50 might now be counterproductive, creating subtle interference with the biological processes that maintain muscle strength. The symptoms of vitamin-induced muscle problems are often mistaken for normal aging. You might experience muscle weakness that doesn't improve despite exercise efforts. Your energy levels might remain low even though you're taking energy-supporting supplements. Recovery from physical activity might be slower than expected, and your muscles might feel tired or heavy more often than they should. But here's what makes this particularly frustrating. The very supplements you're taking to support your health might be creating a cascade of problems that affect muscle protein synthesis, nerve function, or cellular energy production. You're working against yourself without realizing it. The good news is that once you identify and correct these vitamin mistakes, improvements in muscle function can happen relatively quickly. Your body wants to maintain strong muscles. You just need to remove the obstacles and provide the right support. And here's what optimized vitamin support feels like. Your muscles respond better to activity and exercise. Energy levels become more stable and reliable. That heavy, tired feeling in your legs starts to lift, and you begin to feel more confident in your body's ability to support you. Think of this as fine-tuning your supplement routine to work with your aging body instead of against it, creating the foundation for sustained muscle strength and mobility. But identifying the problem vitamins requires understanding exactly how they interfere with muscle function. Many people over 60 describe feeling like their muscles recover more slowly from activity than they used to, and they often turn to antioxidant supplements like high-dose vitamin E, believing more antioxidants will help their muscles repair and strengthen. But here's the muscle-weakening paradox. Too much vitamin E can actually interfere with the natural processes your muscles need for adaptation and growth, leaving you weaker despite your best intentions. The first vitamin that could be sabotaging your leg strength is vitamin E in excessive amounts. While vitamin E is indeed important for muscle health, the more is better. Approach that many seniors follow can actually backfire and interfere with muscle development and strength. Here's the muscle adaptation disaster that excessive vitamin E creates. When you use your muscles, whether through exercise or daily activities, they need to experience controlled oxidative stress to trigger the repair and strengthening processes that make them more capable. High doses of vitamin E can block this beneficial stress response, essentially preventing your muscles from adapting and becoming stronger. Research shows that taking more than 400 IU of vitamin E daily can interfere with muscle protein synthesis and reduce the benefits of physical activity. Your muscles need some oxidative stress to signal the need for repair and growth. When you block this signal with excessive antioxidants, you're preventing the very adaptations that keep your muscles strong. But the problems with excess vitamin E go deeper. High doses can interfere with the absorption of other fat-soluble vitamins that your muscles need, particularly vitamin K, which is important for muscle function. Excessive vitamin E can also thin your blood, potentially causing bruising and bleeding issues that become more problematic with age. Many seniors take 800–1200 IU of vitamin E daily, thinking they're protecting their muscles. But this level actually impairs muscle adaptation and can contribute to weakness over time. The synthetic form, DL-alpha tocopherol, found in many supplements, is particularly problematic because it can displace the natural forms your body actually needs. Here's what happens when you reduce vitamin E to appropriate levels. Your muscles begin to respond better to activity and exercise. You might notice improved recovery and better strength gains from your efforts. The interference with muscle adaptation decreases, allowing your body to maintain and build strength more effectively. And here's what optimized vitamin E support feels like. Instead of that sluggish muscle response to activity, your muscles begin to feel more responsive and capable of improvement. Energy levels stabilize, and that constant feeling of muscle fatigue starts to diminish. The solution is reducing vitamin E supplementation to no more than 200–400 IU daily of mixed tocopherols, natural forms, or getting vitamin E from food sources like nuts, seeds, and green leafy vegetables, where it comes in balanced ratios with other nutrients. Think of vitamin E as needing precise calibration rather than maximum dosing, enough to protect, but not so much that it interferes with your muscles' natural strengthening processes. But excessive vitamin E isn't the only supposedly healthy vitamin that can weaken your legs. The second vitamin that could be secretly weakening your legs is one that most people consider completely safe and beneficial. Vitamin A, especially in synthetic forms or excessive amounts, can actually interfere with bone health and muscle function in ways that directly impact leg strength and stability. Here's the bone muscle destruction that excess vitamin A creates in your body. High levels of synthetic vitamin A, retinol palmitate or retinol acetate, can interfere with vitamin D metabolism, reducing your body's ability to absorb calcium and maintain bone density. Weaker bones provide less stable anchoring points for your muscles, making your entire leg structure less capable of generating and supporting strength. But the muscle problems go beyond just bone health. Excessive vitamin A can interfere with protein synthesis, the process your muscles use to repair and rebuild themselves. This means that even if you're eating adequate protein and staying active, your muscles may not be able to utilize these resources effectively for maintenance and strength building. Many multivitamins and individual vitamin A supplements contain 10,000–25,000 IU of synthetic vitamin A, which is far more than your body needs and can actually be toxic over time. Research shows that intake above 5,000 IU daily can increase fracture risk and contribute to muscle weakness, particularly in seniors whose bodies are less efficient at processing and eliminating excess vitamins. The synthetic forms are particularly problematic because they don't come with the natural balance of carotenoids and other compounds that help regulate vitamin A activity in your body. This creates an imbalanced situation where you have too much of one form and potentially deficiencies in the supporting nutrients that help vitamin A work properly. Here's what makes this especially dangerous for seniors. Vitamin A toxicity symptoms can mimic normal aging, muscle weakness, bone pain, fatigue, and reduced mobility. Many people never connect these symptoms to their vitamin routine because they assume all vitamins are beneficial in any amount. The liver toxicity that can result from excess vitamin A also impairs your body's ability to process other nutrients essential for muscle function, creating a cascade of problems that further weaken your legs and overall strength. And here's what happens when you eliminate excess vitamin A. Your body's ability to utilize vitamin D and calcium improves, supporting both bone density and muscle function. Protein synthesis becomes more efficient, allowing your muscles to repair and maintain themselves more effectively. The solution is choosing supplements with beta-carotene instead of synthetic vitamin A, or limiting synthetic vitamin A intake to no more than 3,000 IU daily. Food sources like Horne's vegetables provide beta-carotene that your body converts to vitamin A only as needed, preventing toxicity. Think of vitamin A as requiring careful balance, essential in appropriate amounts, but potentially harmful when excessive or in synthetic forms that overwhelm your body's processing capacity. But synthetic vitamin A isn't the most common vitamin mistake that weakens legs. Before I reveal the third vitamin mistake that could be sabotaging your leg strength, here's something for those of you who've watched this far. The supplement industry secret that explains why so many well-intentioned seniors end up taking vitamins that actually weaken rather than strengthen their muscles. The supplement industry profits from the belief that more is always better when it comes to vitamins. Higher doses sound more impressive on labels, and people feel like they're getting better value when they see large numbers. But your body doesn't work like a machine where more input always equals better output. After age 60, your body's vitamin processing becomes more like a delicate orchestra that needs precise harmony rather than a construction project that needs more materials. Excess amounts of certain vitamins can throw off this harmony, creating imbalances that actually impair the very functions you're trying to support. The marketing around therapeutic doses and high-potency formulas specifically targets seniors who want to do everything possible for their health. But many of these formulations are based on the false assumption that older bodies can handle and benefit from the same high doses that might be appropriate for younger people or specific medical conditions. Understanding this principle changes how you should approach supplementation. Instead of asking, "How much can I take?" the better question becomes, "What does my aging body actually need for optimal function?" This shift in thinking can transform your supplement routine from potentially harmful to genuinely supportive. Now, let me reveal the third vitamin mistake that might be the most common of all. The third vitamin mistake that could be weakening your legs is the most common and potentially most damaging of all, yet most people have no idea they're making it. You might be taking vitamin D regularly, thinking you're supporting your muscle and bone health, but if you're taking vitamin D2 instead of D3, you could be getting minimal benefits while missing out on the muscle-supporting effects you need most. Here's the muscle communication failure that vitamin D2 creates in your body. Vitamin D2, ergocalciferol, and vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, look almost identical on supplement labels, but they function very differently in your body. Vitamin D3 is the form your skin produces from sunlight and the form that most effectively supports muscle function. Vitamin D2 is derived from plants and is significantly less effective at raising and maintaining the blood levels that support muscle strength. Research shows that vitamin D3 is up to 3 times more effective than D2 at raising your blood levels of the active hormone form that your muscles need. This means if you're taking D2, you might need triple the dose to get the same muscle-supporting benefits, and many people never reach adequate levels despite consistent supplementation. But the problems with D2 go beyond just lower effectiveness. Vitamin D2 can actually interfere with vitamin D3 metabolism, potentially making your deficiency worse if you're getting some D3 from other sources. It's like having 2 different keys for the same lock. The wrong key not only doesn't work, but can jam the mechanism. Many prescription vitamin D supplements are actually D2, and many over-the-counter supplements don't clearly specify which form they contain. If your supplement label just says vitamin D without specifying D2 or D3, it's likely the cheaper, less effective D2 form. The muscle weakness that results from inadequate vitamin D levels affects every aspect of leg function. Your muscles can't contract with full force, your balance becomes less reliable, and your risk of falls increases significantly. You might be faithful to your vitamin D routine, but still experience these problems if you're taking the wrong form. And here's what happens when you switch to proper vitamin D3. Your muscle function begins to improve as your body finally receives the hormone signals it needs for optimal strength and coordination. Balance becomes more reliable, and that weak, unsteady feeling in your legs starts to improve. The solution is choosing supplements that clearly state vitamin D3 or cholecalciferol, and avoiding any that say vitamin D2 or ergocalciferol. Most people need 2,000–4,000 IU of D3 daily, taken with healthy fats for absorption. Think of this as upgrading from a weak, incompatible signal to the strong, clear communication your muscles need to function at their best. But avoiding these vitamin mistakes is only half the solution. Now that you understand which vitamin mistakes could be weakening your legs, let me give you the complete protocol for supporting muscle strength through optimal nutrition and smart supplementation that works with your aging body instead of against it. Start with the foundation foods that naturally support muscle health without the risks of excessive supplementation. Lean proteins like fish, poultry, eggs, and legumes provide the amino acids your muscles need for repair and maintenance. Include protein at every meal to maintain steady amino acid levels throughout the day. Add foods rich in natural antioxidants that support muscle function without interfering with adaptation. Berries, dark leafy greens, and colorful vegetables provide the right balance of antioxidants along with other nutrients that work synergistically. These whole food sources won't create the imbalances that high-dose supplements can cause. For optimal vitamin D support, spend 15–20 minutes in morning sunlight when possible, and supplement with 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, taken with healthy fats like olive oil or nuts. This combination of natural production and proper supplementation provides the muscle-supporting hormone levels you need. Include foods naturally rich in the right forms of vitamin E, like almonds, sunflower seeds, and spinach. These provide mixed tocopherols in balanced ratios rather than the isolated, high-dose forms that can interfere with muscle adaptation. For vitamin A, focus on orange and red vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, and bell peppers that provide beta-carotene. Your body converts this to vitamin A only as needed, preventing the toxicity issues associated with synthetic forms. Support your muscle function with minerals that work synergistically with vitamins. Magnesium helps muscles relax and contract properly, while potassium supports nerve function. Foods like leafy greens, nuts, and bananas provide these minerals in bioavailable forms. The exercise component is crucial for maximizing the benefits of proper nutrition. Resistance activities, even simple bodyweight exercises like sit-to-stands and wall push-ups, signal your muscles to utilize the nutrients you're providing for, strength building rather than just maintenance. And here's what this comprehensive approach feels like. Your muscles begin to feel more responsive and capable. Energy levels improve and stabilize. That heavy, unreliable feeling in your legs gradually lifts as your body receives the right balance of nutrients in forms it can actually use effectively. The key is consistency with this balanced approach rather than hoping that high-dose supplements will compensate for poor foundational nutrition and inactivity. Think of this as providing your muscles with a complete support system rather than hoping individual high-dose vitamins will solve complex problems. Your commitment to this balanced approach creates the foundation for sustained leg strength and mobility. So there you have it, the 3 healthy vitamins that could be making your legs weaker instead of stronger. Excessive vitamin E that blocks muscle adaptation. Synthetic or excessive vitamin A that destroys bones and interferes with muscle building. And vitamin D2 that creates communication failure between your brain and muscles. The good news? Now that you know what to avoid, you can optimize your vitamin routine to actually support muscle strength instead of undermining it. Now, I have a mission for you. To make this real, write in the comments which of these vitamin mistakes you've been making. Have you been taking high-dose vitamin E, synthetic vitamin A in large amounts, or vitamin D2 thinking it was the same as D3? By admitting your mistake, you're taking the first step towards stronger legs. Let's see those honest confessions. And if someone's comment helps you realize a vitamin mistake you didn't know you were making, please take a moment to thank them. Sharing these discoveries helps our entire community optimize their supplement routines. Finally, our mission here is to help people make informed choices about their health supplements. Every like helps this video reach more seniors who might be unknowingly weakening their muscles with the wrong vitamins. And if you thought of one specific person while watching this, someone who takes lots of supplements but still struggles with muscle weakness, share this video directly with them. You could help them transform their supplement routine from muscle weakening to muscle supporting.